So one of the reasons why I'm not a fan of intermittent fasting, even though I am a huge fan of time restricted eating and longer strategic fasts once you train the body, but getting up metabolic flexibility is always first in that season, because you can't go from being hangry an hour or two in between meals to doing longer extended fasts as a therapy. So when we are not eating consistently, right, especially when cortisol, and we already could be at a metabolic disadvantage from that, right? The cortisol and insulin are doing this balancing act and we haven't even eaten anything yet. And we think we're doing something good. We think we're restricting calories. We're, condensing our eating window, which is great, right? But you don't want to do that by skipping breakfast. You don't want to do that by having breakfast and then pushing lunch back, because you're going to spike your blood sugar so much more dramatically once you finally eat if you're skipping those meals, which is going to keep insulin really high. Remember that insulin is our storage hormone. So if cortisol is involved and insulin's involved, you are not going to be able to get fat adapted. Those are directly inhibiting that possibility. So it's not about the calories in this mindset, it's about the hormones. And you can't be battling cortisol and insulin and expecting the body to become fat adapted. So this is huge, and I think just this simple tweak could be enough to help make sure that you're not working against your cortisol and insulin, that your body feels balanced, and that you're supporting that natural flux of cortisol early in the day by having consistent meal timing. Because if you're not, and let's say you're really good with breakfast, but you're skipping lunch, you're still gonna have a cortisol and you're still gonna have an insulin response if you keep stretching that window too much. So try to be consistent with breakfast and lunch and make it predictable so that the body feels safe, so it's not raising cortisol and by that way raising insulin to come up to counter-regulate it, and you haven't even eaten anything yet, right? And like I said, you're gonna spike so much more dramatically if you're skipping meals that point in the day. If you wanna condense your eating window, do that by skipping dinner or moving dinner up earlier. Your cortisol and your insulin will thank you.